There we go.
Wait for it. And fire. Hey, welcome to Technorama, the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the show.
Hey
I'm
there.
Chuck Tomasi. That's Craig Stepp. We're a couple
Yes.
of old nerds that say words. Hey, that rhymes. Maybe that's our next T-shirt.
There you go. What's
Based
that?
on Harrison's phrase of who we are and what we do.
Great. Now he's going to want a commission.
Couple of old. No, I modified it.
Oh, you modified.
Couple of old nerds that say words.
Yes, right.
I'm kind of digging that one now. We're in the design mode for our annual T-shirt design.
That's right.
And being on the Star Trek cruise next week with ample alcohol will certainly fuel that design engine.
Yes, it will. I can see it now. Hey, by the way, I was sad to see Robert Duvall passed away yesterday.
Yeah.
I just noticed that today. I saw that.
I saw the headline come up. That's too bad. So as we record this on Monday the 16th.
Yeah, I like Robert Duvall a lot. It's not like I went out and seeked out all the movies that he ever had, but whenever he was in one, I was happy to. Oh, great! I always liked him as an actor. I thought he was
Godfather.
Fantastic.
Can't beat that.
Godfather, or hey, he was in THX 1138.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the.
I have to admit, I never saw that movie yet.
Really?
Yep.
It's a yeah.
I know it's a George Lucas precursor, classic.
Yeah, you should probably see it at least once.
It's American Graffiti kind of thing.
Yeah, you should see it at least once. But yeah, he was in that. I had forgotten about that, to be honest with you. What was it? Old Lions. Is that the name of the movie? Old Lions. Yeah, Secondhand Lions. That's what I was thinking of. With him and Michael Caine. That was a good movie.
I will start looking for my Robert Duvall. Actually, we're talking about canceling some of our subscriptions in protest of all the nonsense that's going on. So we may have to wait to watch that one, but we shall see.
Well, hey, let Google be your friend. I know our buddy Joe Fiore said that Google wasn't reliable on where things were playing, but that's not been my experience.
Yeah, or IMDb will tell you.
Anytime I go, oh, where's this movie playing? I pull it up on Google and it says where to watch, and it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, most of the times it brings up like 3 or 4 options. Like, well, that's a rental or buy. That's a rental or buy. That's a rental or buy, or that's a subscription I don't have.
Yeah, sometimes, especially like Sling or something that's no, I'm not saying. I'm just saying it'll say Sling, and you go, or it'll say Prime, and it'll have Sling and some other things on there. I'm like, that must be an add-on to Prime, and sure enough, you can go to it and it shows you. But yeah, I watched ET today. I hadn't seen that in a long time.
We'll get to that. Did you put it in the remote?
No, I just thought about that.
All right. Get it
I'll put it in there
when we get to that point. We're going to start the audio recording now for you. So hang on in 3, 2, 1. Technorama episode 798 for February 18th, 2026. Phaser set to maybe. Hey, welcome to Technorama. This is a show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the show. If you're returning, welcome back. We appreciate you giving us your time. My name is Chuck Tomasi, and that over there is... How did I get backwards? Who reversed my camera?
You did it.
When?
I don't know.
No, it was normal before. I'm calling
normal before. Hey, is there anything normal about this show?
No.
Okay, well, go with it.
No. I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that I wiped and reloaded my machine this week.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. There might have been a browser cookie or something that said, hey,
Chuck likes or something?
I don't know. So I have an iMac Pro that I got. It's a 2017, like one of the old high power Xeon ones.
Yes.
Works great. I've had it for years. It's got ample number of ports for multiple monitors and
Mhm.
cameras and all the USB things I've got going in and out. Works great, no complaints. But it had some artifacts from my job that I haven't been at for 18 months, and it was just
Right.
kinda bothering me that I couldn't run Teams, and occasionally I need to be on somebody's call that has Teams.
Mhm.
So, I said, "It's time. It's time to wipe and reload," and I was going to boot it up and, through the magic keystroke, go to the boot partition, blah, 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 and reload
Mhm.
the OS from scratch, that whole thing. And I quickly did a Gemini search and I said, "What's the best way to wipe this thing and start over?" They said, "Oh, there's an erase assistant or erase utility built into Mac OS." I'm like, "Perfect." Because this machine is now sufficiently old that I can't load the latest OS. I think it's
Is
Tahoe.
that part of the, um,
It's
where you
built in.
go into the, recovery thing and there's an eraser, or is it,
Well,
like, part of the OS?
you don't have to do any magic key boot. You just bring it up in one of the
Mhm.
utilities folders and go, "There,
Okay.
erase." And it says, "Are you sure?" "Yep, yep."
No. Wait, no.
In about 20 minutes, it comes up and goes, "Hello," and pick your language and all that stuff.
Really? Okay.
So I started over and there's something about wiping machine. You get a lot of hard drive space back from like old
Yeah.
caches and libraries.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
You
machines
got
are terrible
you
about
gotta
that.
be careful and make sure you reload things in the right order. You want your password manager up there first,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
can start
Otherwise, you'll be
logging
like,
in everything
yeah,
else. Right.
yeah, yeah.
And, so there was I didn't reload every single thing because I don't think I'll be using this for the same things that I was, say, 18 months ago, but it's another step, Craig, towards this process called retirement. I've now moved on from the
Yeah,
old machine image to the new machine image.
yeah. What do you
What are you talking about? We're
should
just
have been here
catching
10
up.
minutes ago.
We're catching up.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
catching up.
I think this, guy was here before.
The only time I've ever wiped a Mac, I went in that recovery mode.
Yes,
I
and I've
think
done
it
that.
yeah, and that's really the only way I've ever done it. I haven't done like an erase thing like you're talking about.
I didn't either. This is the first time. I went, "This
Mhm.
is great. This is perfect. This is
Yeah.
exactly what I need." So, got my account, of course, Chrome, you log into Chrome and it brings down all your bookmarks and your history and it's like,
Mhm.
"Cool, great. Don't have to remember anything there." Couple that with the password manager and 98% of what I need is back.
Well, I
Um,
feel like, Android is pretty good about when you remove an application, it removes the cache that was associated with the storage. Windows and even Linux, to that matter, or and Mac, it
yep.
seems like a lot of that cruft kind of builds up over time, and you're
Yes.
like, you end up with a lot of orphan disk space, and like, what the heck,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
It doesn't make sense.
If I really, really need something, my laptop that I bought in July 24 was imaged from this machine prior to being wiped, of course. But all the apps and licenses and whatnot made it over there. So if there's something
Okay.
I need, like ScreenFlow, like, I got it on the other machine. And that's
Mhm.
generally where I'm going to be doing my video editing and whatnot anyway.
Yeah.
So this will be more the studio streaming machine from now on. So I tried to, make it more configured that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been a fun week.
Hey, that's the other thing about re-imaging your machine.
Yeah.
It's like, now I gotta spend hours reinstalling all the apps
I
and getting it all set back up.
I used to say that every time I got a new laptop at work. It's like, "Well, count out the next 24 hours
Yeah,
as
put my
useless."
out of office on.
And then the corporate policies get harder. Like, "You can't load that." Like, "I had it before. I
Oh,
need
yeah.
it for my job. It's not one of the corporate approved apps. Please fill out this form for an exception report." Like, "Oh, for crying out
Yeah.
loud."
You know, that's the other thing about work is that when I first came on there, at ServiceNow, it was not a problem. I mean, I
They
could
pretty
really
much handed
install
me a laptop and said, "Here's the network.
yeah,
Here's how to
y
get connected to the
yeah.
Wi-Fi." And
Yeah,
the
you can
rest,
pretty much
yeah.
install whatever you wanted. It wasn't a problem, and I understand the complexities of security nightmares. So, I get what you're saying about having to, um,
I
get
see the
approval for
necessity of it.
something.
Yeah.
I understand that, but at the same time, it's like, "Ugh, I could be done with this in, like, 2 minutes,"
Yep.
and do what I'm gonna do, so
That's why it's nice to have a couple of personal machines.
or or I have an application and I want a specific feature, but security hasn't turned it on yet for.
Oh,
It's like
local recordings for the Zoom calls was my. It's like, could you? No, we can't
Yeah.
do that because then people will be storing corporate information on their local laptops. Really? I could go to the website and download it. Why don't you
Yeah,
let me record it?
I got a couple different ones too, but it's like, you know.
Yep. All right, we're not here to bark about corporate policies.
No, I love corporate policies. What are you talking about?
I just said no one ever.
Yeah, right.
Let's get the feedback going.
Letters. Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day.
Oh, boy.
Mailman, mailman, mail today. Reach right in and pull one out. Oh, letters. I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh, boy.
Mailman, mail today.
Pulling up the question of the week for 798. There we are. Our question for you last time. If you were one of the 4 astronauts on the Artemis 2 looking back at Earth, what is the one thing from home you'd realize you completely forgot to pack?
My hair dryer.
Why would you need a hairdryer in space?
Hey, don't say anything. Don't be cutting on me because of my hair.
Shave your head. You mean what little hair you have left?
That's fine.
Mark
Hey.
Kilfoyle says, any physical mementos or pictures? I would have some digitally, but would likely forget that most of them are stored in the cloud and completely omit them while packing.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're going to get too good internet access out there.
Hey, where's my phone?
Oh,
Get up there.
you're
Oh,
not
where's my
far
phone?
off. Mike Robinson says, my MP3 player with all my favorite Weird Al history and
Yeah.
Technorama stuff.
Of course.
You gotta
Bonus
ding
point for that one. Yeah.
Yep. My lucky roll of travel toilet paper. Hey,
Wait.
how about a D20? Could
Wait.
you roll a D20 in microgravity and it just hangs out there and spins?
Wait a minute. How long does a lucky roll of toilet paper last anyway?
Forever, because it's lucky.
Or is he okay? No, never mind.
Lone Guys Night said chewing gum.
Chewing gum.
We go to Discord and it's Mad Marv says, my moonwalking shoes. Good idea if you're on Artemis 2. Hadn't thought of that.
Moonwalk,
would
like the
be
Michael Jackson version of the
Yes.
moonwalking shoe.
I would love to see one of the astronauts moonwalk on the moon.
Right.
That has to be done. That's a bucket list item.
Yeah.
Humanoid says, cool. We can now bring our phones with us. Oh, crap. I forgot my charger.
Charger.
By the way, you can't see the Earth from behind the moon. Did we
Hey.
say behind the moon?
If you had your phone and be like, can you hear me now? Ah, dang it.
Mike from Minnesota says, my camera.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you borrow one of those expensive NASA ones that takes the really good pictures. Oh, wait,
the
then that's
Leica.
their pictures.
The Leica.
Selfie from space. Sweet Steve says, I packed my paints, my minis, my files, my knives, putty,
Nice.
basing material, and glue. Everything you can ever need to make epic minis. Everything. Hey, I even got my 3D printer and thousands of STL files and I don't think a 3D printer is going to work in space.
I was just thinking it could and kind of spin out in the air.
You'd have to have really tight tolerance between the nozzle and the end. But let's see what else. But I forgot the effing brushes. Forgot the true story, except for the printer part and the space thing.
A true story.
Yeah. They went on a trip and he brought all this stuff.
Huh.
And he forgot the brushes.
All right.
Oh, Steve. All right. That's our question for the week. Lots of fun with that one. We'll have another one for you at the end of the show. Really, I promise. But until then, hang on. We got to play the finishing music.
Another letter from our listener.
On to the history.
Right.
On this day in history for February 18th, 2026, this is the 42nd. There's a fun number. 42nd
What
day
does
of the
that
year
mean?
it's the answer to life, the universe, and Technorama.
Yeah.
There are 323 days remaining in 2026. It was on this date in 1584 that a naval expedition led by Pedro Sarmiento de Gamboa founded Nombre de Jesus, the first of two short-lived Spanish settlements in the Strait of Magellan. What a bad place to build a house.
Yeah, no kidding. Jess Fell burned anthracite and open grate on an open grate as an experiment in heating homes with coal in the state in 1808. We talked about that just a
Didn't
week or
we
two
put
ago.
that? Is this last week's? Wait a minute.
Is it?
Yeah, the Anna Kournikova virus. Hold on. What did
Oh.
I'm jumping over to our calendar. Just keep you right. Did I copy and paste the wrong thing?
Oh,
Naval Expedition,
Chuck,
Pedro Sarmiento. I got nothing. All right.
you have one job, man.
Yeah, apparently it's too much for me. Either that or some API somewhere gave me the wrong week. All right, that was last week. We're going to skip over that right down to the birthdays. All right. We'll keep playing the birthday music then. Happy birthday goes out on this date to our listeners. February 18th, Hot John Miller of Megapodtastic.
Hot John Miller.
Hot John. Ray Insalaco on the 18th. Also on the 19th, we have three birthdays. Scooter in Connecticut, Steve in Sumter, and Steve Cody, one of our patrons. Woohoo!
Yeah.
The 23 is also Zaha Doom. Wait a minute. I have to pause that one just because this is a classic we used to play.
Zaha Doom.
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 Right.
Zaha Doom.
Zaha Doom. Zaha Doom.
Zaha Doom. Nice one, Craig.
I was gonna say, I remember doing that actually.
Is that your Richard Nixon?
Yeah.
Right. He's on the 23rd along with Keith Hughes. The 25th is Norbert and Sandy Shepard, Mark's lovely wife. May he rest in peace. Wayne, your ad here, Pittenger, on the 28th. And that rare birthday on the 29th, which doesn't happen this year, although we'll wish you a happy birthday anyway. Paul Dove, a.k.a. Elmer.
Hey, it may be a leap year, or not a leap year, but whatever. Well, we'll still wish you happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And if it's your birthday and you're not on our calendar yet, Craig's gonna
whose fault is that?
But not mine.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you a happy birthday, and we wish you would go over to chuckchat.com/birthday and get your name on there, and we'll give you a shout out at the appropriate time of year. But until then, all the best to you. Have a happy birthday. All right, let's abort that train wreck in slow motion.
Hey, by the way, the first CEO of Apple Inc. was Michael Scott.
That was last week.
No. Oh,
The 11th.
Oh,
We're gonna have to keep working on that. I'll fix that before it gets imported into the Discord database.
Good news, everyone!
Well, I don't know if you'd exactly call this good news or unfounded news, or maybe we have another president or former president in this case that is losing it. But Barack Obama says aliens are real, but I haven't seen them out in an interview that he had recently. He was on the what was it? What was the name of the podcast? YouTuber Brian Tyler Cowan was interviewing him, and he said they're real, but I haven't seen them. He said words like, they're not being kept in Area 51. There's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy and they hid it from the president of the United States.
You never know.
Why would he say something like, maybe he's just expressing his personal beliefs. But if that's the case, you go, I believe there's a strong likelihood for life somewhere in the universe. Qualify it a little bit.
Well, at first, when I saw this headline, my thought was, okay, there are real UFOs because they've been unidentified and something.
Yes. Are there
unexplained.
UFOs? Yes. There are unexplained things flying around.
So yes, there are things, but he went a little further than that. And I was like, oh, what are we talking about? And then he started talking about Area 51 and there's no bunker there unless a
Little green
conspiracy. I was
man.
like,
Yeah.
well, now you're muddying the waters now.
Yeah. This
So,
wasn't. You
Yeah.
can interpret this one like any other news we get from our current president.
or anything. Yeah.
All right. Also, in strange space news, a woman is sentenced for accusing her estranged spouse of illegally accessing her bank account from outer space.
Okay. Which part of that title do you think got my attention?
I think, you know what? Maybe she forgot her ATM card when she went on Artemis 2.
Yeah. Yeah. She went to the space station and couldn't buy a cheeseburger because she couldn't.
So this is a news source from Houston, Texas, reporting a Kansas woman has been sentenced to a federal prison after making false claims that astronaut Annie McLean illegally accessed her bank account while deployed to the International Space Station, according to the U.S. Department of Justice. Okay, so they used to be a couple.
Okay.
They're now divorced, and Annie's off in space. So her former partner, Summer Heather Warden, said, no, Annie illegally accessed my stuff when she was on that Artemis test flight.
Hey, what was the IP number? We can trace it.
Yeah. Well, apparently they did have a shared account, and then I believe it was Summer changed the password and didn't give it to Annie. So it's like, yeah, no. And then she realized, oh, you lied. And she now has to pay $210,000 in restitution.
Really?
That's what you get for lying. So always tell the truth. I don't know why you would say something like that. Was it just to be in the news? Was it to do damage to someone else's reputation? If that's the case, seek help if you're that bitter about somebody.
Well, they wouldn't know to seek help. That's the problem. Sometimes it's not obvious to yourself. But I understand. I don't understand the rationale as like you're saying, but it just seems it's like while she was in space. Oh, okay. Like something like that makes it more believable.
Nope.
Hey,
makes it more ridiculous.
I was kind of I was joking a little bit, but certainly the International Space Station only has a finite points of entry IP number, right?
You should still be able to pay your bills. I mean, if you're on a long extended,
you should be able to track that. No, you should be able to track it, pretty easy. That's what I'm saying. Hey, what's the IP number? Oh, well, that was a space station.
I don't know. They're coming in through a VPN. We can't track it.
It looks like she was in Spain.
No, space. Sounds like Spain, not quite.
Spain. All right. I see the confusion there. Okay, proceed.
In other news, astronomers have observed a planetary system that challenges the current planet formation theories. We've got this theory that, the gas giants are further out and they use up all the gas stuff, and the inner ones are more rocky core stuff, but they found a solar system 117 light years away in the direction of the Lynx constellation it's a red dwarf, and it goes rocky, gas, rocky. And the rocky is, what did they say? Like 5 to 10 times the mass of Earth. And the gas ones are about Neptune size. So it's not like a super giant. And they're throwing around these ideas of how did that happen?
Right.
And they said, well, maybe the rocky one formed later after all the gas got used up for the gas giants. I went, well, maybe. I mean, there's a theory that posits that Jupiter came into the inner solar system for a while, gobbled up a whole bunch of the smaller planets that used to be here. Because at one time, they said there were like 20 planets in our solar system, and Jupiter came in and then it went out. And, maybe a planet got caught in one of the other planet's gravitational fields and got flung to a more distant orbit. Or maybe it's a captured rogue planet. I didn't hear any other theories besides that one, which seems kind of weird. because there's plenty of ideas of how this goes. Maybe we should ask Dr. Aaron next week.
Well, we can try. And so when I saw the title, it said a puzzle over inside out planetary system. I thought,
Yeah.
oh, so everything's rotating around something else other than a star, and the stars,
No.
it was
The
literally,
star is going around the planets. That when Copernicus proved that was wrong.
well, it literally said inside out planetary system. I thought, oh, well, maybe it's before I even read anything.
Yeah. No, I heard about this a few days ago prior to reading this article going, oh yeah. There's I think it was on
Wait, where'd you hear that at the old man retirement breakfast?
NPR.
Oh,
I have many news sources.
yeah, the old man retirement breakfast.
No, well, that's Wednesday mornings. That's where I get my good jokes.
Yeah.
And then I share them with my dad that evening.
Oh, I see. All right.
So last year, NASA's Curiosity rover made a fascinating discovery after boring into a suspected ancient lake bed on Mars. Long chain organic modules called alkanes that could serve as potential chemical relics of ancient life on the red planet. They found these things and went, oh, this may be it. This may be evidence that there could have been life, because you got to have alkanes. They're used in, I believe it's the like the cell membrane structure.
Right.
It to make the proteins that do that, and hence you can't have a cell if you don't have a membrane, or it would just be leaky really bad.
Insane in a membrane. Insane.
So, no. But it, just like Carl Sagan said, if you have extreme claims, you need extreme evidence. I mean, even if they found a dinosaur bone on Mars, you'd have to have many studies backing it up going, you sure that's a dinosaur bone? So this is yet another step in that evolutionary process of trying to find evidence that there could have been life on Mars. So one more step there. We got to keep digging, keep drilling, go get those samples, bring them back to Earth, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Because again, from the title, it said NASA's running out of non-life explanations, because it seems like they, you try to rationalize or analyze, I guess, all the different things that they come across, and after a while, you're kind of like, hey, there's too much. We're having to try and explain. After a while, you kind of run out of what it could be and what it couldn't be.
You better dig up a dinosaur bone.
I'm ready I was wanting one of those rovers to run up on like a Coke can or something that was ejected from Earth.
It brings up a coin with like an emperor's face on it.
Yeah. Or one of those cheap Mardi Gras plastic coins, where it's
It's a chip from a casino. How'd that get up here? Maybe that's our question of the week. What crazy thing would absolutely prove without a doubt that there was life on Mars?
Yeah.
An inorganic thing.
Inorganic thing.
An old satellite dish.
Yeah, I just wanted to roll up on a piece of trash that's common on Earth, but it's like, how in the heck did that get here?
An accordion?
Yeah. That's not a piece of trash.
Depends who you ask.
Don't ask Weird Al. Don't ask Weird Al.
Or heavens to Betsy. I mean, heavens. Good.
Anyway, the Murgatroyds.
Real quick, I got a new gadget this week. As I mentioned, I got new hearing aids a couple of weeks ago. Only I realized there was not a problem, but I'll call it an opportunity.
Okay.
So it's a new one. The old ones had like one button on each ear. One was like volume up, one was volume down. That was it. If you wanted to control the sound profile or whatever, you had to go into the app on the phone. Well, there's still an app, but now I have rocker switches on each one. One rocker switch is volume up, volume down. The other is program 1, 2, 3. So you go through the programs for noisy environment or outdoor or sporting.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You can set up these profiles, programs, if you want to call them that, to optimize the sound for that environment. But now the new ones work with my Android phone. I can Bluetooth connect and play podcasts and music and whatever else. They're not the world's most high fidelity earphones, but they're very
Convenient. They're
private.
right there. Yeah.
Nobody can hear them. Nobody can hear what I'm listening to, which is the problem. When I'm walking around the house and Donna starts talking to me while I'm listening to an audiobook, I gotta, either go to my watch, unlock the watch, slide, scroll, slide, menu, click, pause. By that time she's left the room, or
Yeah.
or open up my phone.
Problem
and go-
solved. Hey, problem solved.
It's not problem solved, problem exacerbated. So what I was looking for is
Yeah.
some small, discrete controller. And I looked on Amazon and they have a whole bunch of these like rings that
Yes.
not like the Aura rings that are small and discreet, but they were more like 3 buttons on a ring for controlling TikTok, next video, previous video, and heart. Yeah. So,
Mhm.
well, that's not what I wanted. Somebody suggested maybe you can use the selfie stick remote. So I've got a Bluetooth remote on that. It was able to do volume up and volume down. I said, well, let's try the one that came with the tripod at church. It's volume up and volume up. That's not helpful.
Yeah.
So
No,
I
go
did a little
down.
more digging, and what
Mhm.
the key words I was missing was media controller. 'Cause I'm
Right.
thinking if I had something that could advance a slide on a PowerPoint or something. I mean, I've got that with my foot pedal on my music. So what I decided on, and there were many to choose from, was one that has a Velcro strap. Can't really see it all that well, but it's got
Yep.
4 buttons around the outer edge.
Looks
and
like a watch in itself.
it looks like a watch, although you could strap this to your motorcycle handlebars. You could put it on your jet ski. It is waterproof. And the picture on none of the pictures on Amazon showed it with a band, but it does come with a Velcro band, which was nice. That was a pleasant surprise.
All right.
It's got volume up, volume down, and then a back arrow and a forward arrow, which does your usual, well, if you're listening to podcasts, it's 30 seconds forward, 10 seconds back kind of thing, or similar thing for audiobooks, whatever those controls would do on the screen, it's going to do it on the watch. And the middle one is your play and pause, which is exactly what I need. So now when I'm out taking my morning walk and the neighbors walk by with their dogs, I can pause fairly discreetly, not quite as clandestine as the Amazon Echo Frames where you just touch the button on the arm, but this is more of a tap on your wrist. And the last few mornings I've been wearing a hoodie with the sleeves down, so they don't even know what it looks like. Otherwise they're going to go, why are you wearing 2 watches? It's fairly
And you go, and you pause it and go, what?
I wanted to put my own band on here, but these are not your standard watch band pins. These are like the pins that look like they were press fit in. They don't have the little spring loaded thing to take them
Well,
out easily.
what's the measurement on it? Maybe you can.
It's the right measurement. I have bands for them, but I would have to be very careful in popping these pins out.
I see.
They're like the solid rods that
Oh
will
yeah.
slip in and out of here. So, one wrong move and you could crack the plastic on here.
Hey, I had one watch out. The
Yeah.
pins were separate from the watch band, literally. And when I
Yes.
went to take the watch out, it went bing,
Doing.
and it went flying.
Those are hard to find.
They flew. Let me tell you.
But I do like it. I thought, and I thought I saw pictures of this with a micro USB charger. Thankfully, it came with USB-C. It is waterproof.
Oh,
At least it says it's
okay.
waterproof.
Yeah.
So, one less cable I have to haul around with me. But it was about $21, and it does exactly what I needed to do. I'm walking around. I hit play and pause. I can pause whenever I want, but I can still keep listening through my hearing aids, and I like it. Not a bad deal. So media controller was the key that I needed for that. That's my
No, it looks pretty cool.
newest gadget.
I'm surprised that you still couldn't set your watch up to pick up media changes. And like I look at my watch and it says Spotify's playing or YouTube's playing. And I can
Don't you have a lock on your watch?
oh
You have
oh
Don't
A
you
lock?
have? Yeah, because you've got Google Wallet on there.
oh
We-
I
I turned
I
mine on, and I've got the time and date, But if I want to see notifications or even the step count, it goes, okay, put in your swipe pattern. Like,
I took off the wallet because
Yeah.
I got tired of doing watch things and I had to put my pin in. I'm like, I just want to
I
do
know
the thing. So I was
that's-
like, as convenient as it was to have cards on my wallet or on my watch, I got
use it
tired
far,
of.
far less than,
I was like, oh,
totally
I'm not
agree.
putting my pin in again. I'm getting tired of that. So no,
But I used a swipe pattern instead of a pin.
I even put 1111111 as the pin for the watch. Just so
That's secure.
I know, but usually the watch is with me anyway. It's not. I just don't take it off.
Yep.
So I was like 1111 be fine, and then then it goes, hey, you have to have a diverse numbers on your. I was like, fine,
And use capital and lowercase and punctuation.
right. So I just took the wallet. I did away with the wallet because I
Yeah.
got tired of. Like I said, I want to see a notification, just something simple, and it wanted me to put my pin in. I'm like, no, I'm getting tired of that.
Yep.
Just give me, hey, if you have to ask me the pin, ask me when I go to use the wallet, not just for watch things. So that was
Yep.
aggravating.
That's what I thought it was going to do too. It's like, all the time, just to see my step count for crying out loud.
Yeah, I aggravated the crap out of me. I just
Yep.
did away
Poorly
with it.
implemented, Samsung. Poorly implemented.
Well, I think it's Google.
The
I
rest
don't
of the
think it's.
watch is fine.
I think it's Android Wear as a whole, not just Google.
Mm.
Or Samsung rather, but still, it was aggravating.
Quick shout out to the chat room. We've got, we had one person in there, but they left. I can't even pronounce that. It looks more like an encryption key.
Maybe
Thanks
that's
for
what
watching Shaw 256.
Right.
We do have one story in the Remember When segment. So we got to
Yeah.
go with this. This is another one of those retro future things.
I love
Most of
these. I love
are
these.
From around the year 1900 from France. So they give you these little postcard size images of what they thought life would be like in the future, which is always fun.
I love
They
these
had a
things.
whole bunch of
Where-
flying cars.
Mhm.
And it even says in here, if I remember right, en l'an, I don't know how you say 2000 in French, but that's what it says. And I think we've seen the flying mailman one before.
Maybe. Yeah.
The article is kind of funny. The one that we said before is like, how does he slow down to hand off the mail? And
He doesn't. He just throws it.
he'd be out of business these days anyway with email. So they didn't see that one coming.
Yeah. I didn't see that coming.
There's the first Roomba, was the electric floor cleaner.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Hey, that was pretty good.
Autonomous.
It doesn't look like one, but it's
We've got a school where the schoolmaster is feeding books into a machine with one boy turning a crank. Somehow that turns into electrical signals that feed into headphones and into the student's brain. One student's falling asleep. One's got his leg wrapped around the leg of the table.
When these books are crushed, the essence of the books are fed into the students' brains.
I'm wondering, what about the poor kid with the turning the crank doesn't have headphones, so he's missing out.
Or maybe he
Or he
read
didn't
ahead.
sign up for this course.
He
He's the
read
AV
ahead.
geek.
He read ahead, so he didn't need to read them again.
He's the AV geek of
The
that.
AV
age.
geek.
And why do we need the schoolmaster? He's just throwing books into a hopper.
And he's happy about it. Look at
That
his
was
face.
titled Learning by Machine. They've had for years and years and years the desire to communicate visually with people because telephone was kind of a hot thing. And they said,
Mhm.
what if we could do videos on this in such real time? What was the line on here? It said, another article from Practical Electrics magazine in 1924 predicted a similar device with moving images so lifelike that you could use it to conduct a holdup. That was the use case they thought of?
Hey, when you're not just a remote worker, but you also want to do some remote crime.
The first cyber crime. Check him up and give me your wallet. And then
Yeah.
Craig holds out his wallet going, I didn't think this through.
Right.
Here, shut up and take my money on camera.
I like
Idiot.
how the it looks like a magazine cover. The guy's holding up looks like a mirror, but it's
It does
talking to
kind of look like
somebody.
a mirror. They had big screen back then.
Yeah.
During World War One, the trench warfare was pretty much at a stalemate, so they were coming up with creative ideas. One looks like a Ferris wheel gone wrong.
Like it
It
fell
just
off the frame and started rolling
right,
down the hill.
but it's on the arms that stick out from the spindle. It's got you know tank cannons blasting
Turrets.
at everybody,
Well,
and it says it can go up to 50 or 60 miles an hour. Like, oh,
Hey,
that would be
it's got
terrifying.
men in those turrets hanging off the side of it.
They were
Imagine,
thinking about climate back then as well, though. But instead of global warming, they thought of global freezing
hmm,
because they realized, hey, there's this new chemical called radium that we can use for a whole bunch of stuff in our house. Great idea. But don't take too much of it because it might cool down the earth.
hey, apparently they didn't read the musings of Madame Curie.
No. Or watch the documentary with the radium girls that painted the faces of the watches.
Yeah, right.
We
Oh
had
yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I think they had a prototype of the first Boston Dynamics dog.
Is that what that is?
Practical Electrics.
The electric dog.
It was
Yeah.
it was pretty much a box on wheels with a big magnet in it, and they painted a dog's face on the front. And
I
then
keep trying to feed this thing, but it just won't have it.
it followed around a metal cane. But
Yeah.
don't expect it to save your life or if you fall down a well.
You know what this reminds me of is those invisible dog things. There's like a leash.
Oh, the leash with just the yeah.
Yeah.
You get those
I,
at the
I thought that was the neatest thing when I was a kid. But here it is.
close. There's other stories in there. You can find those at episode 798 in our show notes over at
Hey,
Chuck Chat.
Wait, the
dot
last
com.
one. Weather made to order.
Yeah, good luck controlling the weather.
Yeah,
That worked out well every time, right?
that's right.
Okay. Quick thank you to our patrons. These are the people
Oh.
that make this show possible. I've redesigned this a little bit because we do have different tiers available to you. We have Commander, Lieutenant, and Ensign. At our Commander level, we want to thank Avner Braverman, Mark Kilfoyle, Steve London, Chris Martinez, Gary Lindros, Jason Pollard, and our newest member, Sarah Rose. In Lieutenant rank, Kyle Nishioka, Ben Vaughn, John Noble, John Clifford, Denise Inglis, Steve Cody, Tim Cook, and Steve Webb. I did not
Thank you.
alphabetize these, apparently.
Yeah.
At Ensign, we've got Alexis Duran, Amber Elstad, Amy Bowen, Brad Miller, Brian Brown, Chris MC, Dan D. Mancoyer, Dean Jensen, Jorga Schrauen, Crazy Joe. Crazy Joe, did he come back? I thought he left. We might have a copy paste error here. I'll have to double check
Okay.
that one.
Yeah.
Mike Wills, Leon M, Saturday Morning Media, Steve Weshi, Steve Therian, and Sylvain Racico. Thank you, everybody who has donated. Craig's going to put a little thing on the bottom of the screen for those that are watching.
Am I?
And I
Oh
will
yes, I am.
you.
Hold on.
chuckchat.com/Patreon, excuse me. chuckchat.com/Patreon is where you want to go if you want to be an ensign, a lieutenant, or a commander on this show.
Hey,
And
you could be an admiral. Just saying.
You can buy your way to the Admiralty. Is what we're saying.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for Vader to choke everybody out to get you up in the ranks.
You went Star Wars? I was thinking Star Trek, but okay.
Oh, well. I was thinking of Admiral Viet. You're now Admiral or whatever, he's choking everybody out to get him up.
The guy sitting next to Lando. I think I sat next to that kid in school.
Yeah, I know I did.
You smell funny, dude. All right. It's time for Pass Me the Remote.
Yeah. You got a little bit more than I do.
I think we had an MST3K, a Star Wars movie this year at Dragon Con.
That could be fun. Yeah.
That'd be fun. Let's MST3K a Star Wars family on the Star Trek cruise.
Yeah.
That'd
We'll
be
get everybody
alright.
involved. Yeah, we'll get everybody involved.
All right, I got a couple for you this week. I am listening to on Audible. I'm listening to Sherlock Holmes, The Definitive Collection, as narrated by Stephen Fry. It's like
Ooh.
all of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes stories. I listened to
Mhm.
the first one, which was kind of long, as I was taking the drive back and forth to San Diego last November.
Mhm.
And I skipped ahead a bit because I didn't want to get into another long, protracted story. So what did I do? I skipped ahead to something we read in English class my freshman year of high school, The Hound of the Baskervilles.
Oh,
Because you
yeah.
know what I remember from the tender age of 14? Nothing. Except that Russ Patient, who sat behind me, may he rest in peace, and I used to call it the Hound of the Bastardvilles, and that's all I remember.
You know what? I think, now I've read these stories off and on over the years.
Yep.
I think I've been through them all, a few times. I love Sherlock Holmes. I did buy, I think it was at a Dollar General, Dollar Tree, or something like that. They had, it was a CD, and it had all of the Sherlock Holmes,
Ooh.
things like. So I want
Well,
to
there's
go
like
look
10
and see if
hours
it's.
of stuff on there. They'd probably be a bunch of MP3s if they could fit on one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look and see. I have to go dig it out and see
Yeah.
if that's the same thing. It'd be awesome if it was. I
Stephen
did
Fry
listen
does a
to.
really good job of this.
Oh
I
yeah, of
will
course
commend.
yeah, he's got a great voice for this kind of stuff.
He even does a
Um,
fairly decent American accent.
yeah, I guess so. So I love Sherlock Holmes, and I would love to listen to that myself. So I'm gonna go see if that's it's right. It should be one of those containers right behind me. Actually, I don't know if you can see it in the, but there's a container back there. It's got a bunch of old DVDs. I'm sorry, CDs in them. So I think it may be in there.
I'm also going through a hardcover book. This one sits at
Mhm.
the nightstand, so I take a chapter or two out of it. And they're very short chapters. This was given to me by a woman that we know from the Ukulele Fest, Strum
Okay.
in the Desert. We went to a couple weeks ago in El Centro, and I helped her out with a couple things. One, I killed a spider in the bathroom because she's afraid of spiders, and
Wait a
the
minute.
other
Why were you in the bathroom with her?
I wasn't. She came out and said, "Oh, Chuck, are you afraid of spiders?" I said, "No." She, "Will you get the?" I said, "Sure, I'll get that." And then we helped her with the low tire pressure thing. I think I told that story.
Hmm.
And she sent me one of her books. She wrote it. Her name is
Oh,
Melinda
nice.
Palacio, and she wrote a book called Ocotillo Dreams. And I am partway through it. I wouldn't even say I'm about halfway through it. And it has a lot of the story is centered in this Phoenix area. I believe it's in Chandler, Gilbert, one of
Mhm.
those two. So it's a story about a woman who's going through the belongings of her estranged mother. They had a falling out, and mom passed away after she moved from California over here to the Phoenix area. And now she's going through this, and she's meeting all kinds of new people and getting new
Oh,
experiences. And interesting story. So
you said Melinda, right?
Melinda, yes.
Yeah, I see it on Amazon. So I see
Yep,
the thing
it's
on.
on
Yeah.
Amazon. I also, decided to watch an old favorite off of the Plex server, Red,
Okay.
with Bruce Willis and Morgan Freeman
Oh
and
yeah.
John Malkovich, and
Mhm.
yeah, this is just a fun one. It's in that vein of retired guy who is tougher than he looks. So, I enjoyed this one watching this again, and then I just finished up the one and only season of Jekyll and Hyde. Apparently,
Hmm.
this was a 2015 show that ran for one season. It's a story not of the Dr. Jekyll, trying to find the secret of unleashing his inner demons, blah, blah, blah. It's the story about his grandson. So this is in the 1920s or so. And his grandson has no idea of this legacy that he's part of. So if you've ever watched Grimm or Supernatural, it's along those veins where you're figuring it out as he's figuring it out. So I enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it was one season and they left it with a cliffhanger, and there ain't no coming back from that after 10
Oh,
years.
that sucked.
But it was
That sucked.
enjoyable while it lasted. There were some parts where like, oh, I can't take yet another monster. But they wove that into the overarching story. I went, I see where they're going with this.
Yeah.
So you got to stick with it even when you don't want to stick with it. And it does turn out to be good.
Okay. Um, Actually, today, since I had the day off for President's Day, I watched ET. I happened to see that it was on the Roku channel.
Yes.
On the Roku
Device.
dashboard
Yeah.
display. It said ET on it. I hadn't watched ET in a long time, so I watched it and very nostalgic because, um, you know, I was probably age not maybe just slightly older for some of the kids that were in the movie.
Came out in 81 or 82. So
Yeah, the movie
yeah, you
came out in
were.
82.
Yeah.
So, um, anyway, so seeing the movie brought back a lot of memories from the first time I saw it. And I really enjoyed it. The only problem I had with it is I know there was a point when Steven Spielberg had edited after the movie had been out for many years.
Mhm.
CG removed a bunch of uh, guns in the hands because he didn't want the government uh, being around, or it wasn't not the government, but the government officials have guns in their hands when the kids are there, and they were.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, I kind of understand,
All
but
you
it
gotta
was
do is watch the news right now.
well,
Plenty of
yeah, but
government
this movie came
mission
out like
guns.
way before all this crap.
Yes.
So it's different time. Anyway, I'm not 100% behind modifying movies to update them for today's situation. That's the way they
So you
came
want
out.
the guns put back in.
Yeah, they edited walkie-talkies and stuff into Peter Cody's hand and things like that. So anyway, I was kind of focused on that just a little bit, but uh, I I just thought it was really awesome watching the movie again, and then I started thinking how well they did ET himself when he's walking around,
Mhm.
going in the fridge and doing all this ET things, and I was like, they did really a really good job with that that character in that movie. So anyway, just loved it. I still love it. It's awesome.
I was trying to think, the actress who plays the mom, her hair and outfit
Oh,
look a lot like
D
Ferris Bueller's mom. That's not the same actress, is it?
no, it's not.
Okay.
No.
They must have had a similar
No,
style.
Dee Wallace was the mother in ET. As a matter of fact, Joe's got a story, and he'll gladly tell you about it. About somebody had called it Dee Wallace, ET's mom. Well, not exactly ET's mom.
Foster mom.
Yeah, and he had the T-shirt made and everything. There's Joe for you. He'll tell you. He'll tell you the story.
I have heard that story. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dee Wallace
All
is ET's mom.
No, I'm not ET's mom.
But that's such a classic movie, though. I super enjoyed watching it again.
Oh, I can see where he gets his looks.
Yeah, right. That's right.
All right. We're going to leave you with this question of the week because we're at the end of the show. What is the most high-tech piece of equipment you own that you still have to, quote, fix by hitting, shaking, or in the case of a Nintendo NES, blowing on it?
Yeah, my iPod.
What's the most high-tech piece of equipment you own that you still have to, quote, fix by hitting, shaking, or blowing on it?
How about you? Your Apple II?
No, it's this monitor in front of me. I don't
Oh,
have to
really?
hit it, but yeah, it starts. It will start to flicker. It's an external monitor, and I've got
Mhm.
two of them side by side. They're the same age, but every once in a while, this one just kind of goes winks out for just a fraction of a second. And I say, I can't use this, but if I unplug it, unplug the HDMI, plug it back in, it will be okay for weeks. But every once in a while, I gotta just basically kick this thing. And go.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. What about you?
Oh, my old Commodore 64 in the back. The one sitting on the shelf.
You have to kick it.
I had to blow on it, but that's another story.
Not
Yeah.
taking a soundbite of that one.
And with that, look what time it is, Chuck.
Yeah, play the music quick. We're getting out of here. We're gonna leave you with that one. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. If you want to be a member, you can go over to our Patreon page, chuckchat.com/Patreon, and browse around. Look at the options. Consider them all. but I highly recommend the highest tier.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, that's right.
Call the listener line 707-530-2428. That's 707-530-2428. Or email us if you got any comments, questions, suggestions, technorama@chuckchat.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Hey, Discord.
Yeah. Discord. Chuckchat.com/Discord. This isn't hard to figure out, people.
Yeah.
/Patreon/Discord/birthday. You get it.
/you.
Give us a binary high five. We're out of here.
All right. 101, everybody. Thank you.
Audio recording concluded, and we're going to wind down the video as well. We will not be recording next week. We're going to be on the Star Trek cruise, and we will probably not be recording the 1st of March because we will just have gotten back from the Star Trek cruise. So
Yeah. While we're on the cruise, the internet's not that great. It would take us like 6 hours to upload the audio.
no, we're not. Yeah, no. I mean, we could bring a portable recorder and record it when we get home.
Bring my Starlink and set it up out in the balcony of my room.
The ship is moving. Whoa!
Oh, my upload speed went up and down. Oh,
Get
no.
a gyroscopically controlled satellite dish.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Till we talk to you again on most likely March 8th. Everybody take care. Stay safe. Have a good one.
Bye, y'all.